Welcome in to Real Talk Wrestling. I am just checking and sharing the show on social media so you can join the conversation. To everybody that wants to join in, we're talking John Cena, Saturday night main event, some controversial stuff going on. And as usual, we got something to say about it. We're going to talk Austin Theory and that thing that happened. Sure. And then we have the Sports Illustrated Awards, which the
I
wrestling awards.
I didn't look at them yet, so I'm ready to be blown away. When you said don't look at them if I haven't already, I'm ready for some fun stuff with that.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that after we discuss John Cena and Austin Theory. Gosh, man, boring. But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna pick it up with the Sports Illustrated Awards. I'm just gonna ask you who you think is gonna win or should win, or I don't know. I'll think about it when I get there, but it's gonna be some fun times. That being said, we are part of the Fins Talk Sports Network. This is Fins Talk Extra. We're the greatest, we're the best performers, content creators. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm in a new position at work where I just talk all day long, and I'm on camera all day long, and I sit in this chair from 8:30 to 5:30 on camera all day long.
Oof,
I've had enough
brutal.
of it. Man. It's a transition. Hopefully it gets a little bit easier. But let's talk about pro wrestling, man. Saturday night was a big night for wrestling. I don't know the numbers or how many people watched it or how many people viewed it live, but I will say this, I did not watch it live. I'm sure you did not watch it live.
No, actually, I did end up watching it live. Believe it or not.
Right on. Saturday, I think I went to Chili's with my daughters. Took Violet out for her birthday. You had a birthday last week as well. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Got home. I'm like, I'll watch it tomorrow. Tomorrow came. I spent my day changing my brakes on my Mustang. And then after the Mustang brake change, I spent the rest of my day at the mall with my two teenage daughters, and they spent all my money. And by the time I got back home, I was able to watch 30 minutes of football and then get back on the grind and take, just things. And then
Hmm.
Monday happened. Well, Sunday, everyone's already texting me. No one spoiled anything. Just full disclosure. I am so good at not going on social media and not checking anything. I still don't know if Ted McMillan is going to play, and I have him ranked as my wide receiver one of the week because he's playing the Bucks. I still don't know because I have not been able to check anything. So people are like, "How are you so good at not knowing?" It's easy, people. Just disconnect. Act like you're in the '90s again. It's fun. It's awesome, actually. So I had no idea what happened. I had multiple people text me. I need your opinion on this. I need you to tell me. I need you to watch it. So since I always wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., like clockwork every hour, at 4 a.m., I decided Monday morning, 4 a.m., I said, I'm going to watch Saturday Night Main Event before work. Why not? I did. I fast forwarded through the first three matches. Didn't care. Did not care. Saw Sol Ruka won. Don't know if Cody lost or not. Assuming Cody won. The people on Saturday night I was hosting the show with, Adrian, love Adrian from the Rainy Day podcast, and Bobby, they thought for some reason Obafemi was going to win, which is laughable. But I'm going to be the one laughing or laughed at if he won. Did we know who won that match? I didn't watch it.
I don't remember. I was watching for the main event like everybody else.
Exactly. And then we
That's
had the tag team match, which I fast forward through. The main thing I wanted or only cared about was the John Cena match. So, with that being said, I'm going to let you go because I talked enough and I need to take a drink.
all right. So the match itself, I mean, it went, I think, a pretty good distance. We knew it was kind of the final match. The crowd was super into it. You had your standard, a lot of like false finishes, a lot of finishers in there. Felt very much like a high profile pay per view match. Um, it was good. It was a good fun match. The one thing that I thought about afterwards that we didn't get from the tournament for this final match is we didn't really get. I don't feel like we got enough of a program between the two of them. Like it just there was no time for it at that point because it's like here's the winner and that's it. Like I almost wish they would have done this tournament a little bit sooner so that once Cena was done with his prior match, he would have time to go into this and really set up a really good feud. So I did feel like that part of it was lacking, but I took it for what it was. It was a fun match. And going into it, I was thinking, Gunther needs to be the one to win this match. It's, what do we get out of it if Cena wins? Other than the pop that night, we don't really get much beyond that. So Gunther getting the win is the right call. But I was thinking, like, just watching the match, watching it live, I was just like, man, I'm kind of caught up in the moment right now. A small part of me wants John Cena to win this match. I know he's not going to, he shouldn't, but man, I kind of want it right now. And then we made it to the end of the match, and this is, I think, something we'll go about in depth, and I'm really interested to hear what you think about it. But the ending just left everyone deflated. Like, Gunther wins by tap out. I'm fine with Gunther winning. I'm fine with him winning by tap out. With John Cena's whole thing being about never give up, never give up. I'm glad it wasn't him passing out. I feel like if you really wanted to put Gunther over, have him make John Cena tap out, make him give up, the thing he always says never to do. Just my only problem with it, and I think a lot of people's problem with it, was it just looked like he tapped out, not because he was struggling to breathe or struggling to keep the fight going. He looked like he tapped out because he was just kind of like, almost like he knew there was maybe like 5 or 10 more minutes in the match. And it looked like he had a thought in his head, like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I could be done right now. And all I got to do is just kind of tap. And then I'm done forever. And it just, like, he looked like he smiled. He was happy with that. And just kind of lightly, the lightest tap out I've ever seen. That part of it to me was so disappointing. Because to me personally, because of the way he did that, I didn't feel like it put Gunther over as much as it could have, nearly as much as it could have, in my eyes. I feel like Gunther only very partially, it's almost, I'm not saying it's this bad, but it reminds me of Shawn Michaels Hogan. Shawn Michaels way overdid it. And it's like, what did Hogan gain out of that? Nothing. Some YouTube highlight reels, right? And now it's just been all the memes and the things that I've been sending you, and like, that's what we got out of it. And I feel like if there was a whole big time to build up a real story where John Cena could push his whole never give up thing, and then if he looked like he was trying so hard, like, I like how Gunther kept getting him into that hold over and over again. He kept trying to get out. I wish they would have done that just like that. But then at the end, John Cena just looks like he's just running out of gas, and he realizes, like, oh man, there's no way out. I have to tap, and like has like a moment of panic, like I'm losing oxygen to my head, and a panic moment, and then does his final tap out. So I think they had the right general idea. It's just the execution of it. It didn't work out the way I wish it would have. I see where the potential is at there. So that was my kind of takeaway from it. I think it fell a little bit flat, and Gunther didn't get the rub that he could have gotten if it was done a little better.
That's fair. What you said was fair. I thought you were going to go a different route. I thought you were going to be one of the people that wanted Cena to pass out. That's what I predicted. I predicted he was going to pass out. That's the end of it. He never gave up. As the match started, he did his signature moves early on. Matter of fact, the entire match, he did all of it. He did his signature moves over and over again. That's all he did. This was a Brock Lesnar style match for him. And that was fine. I was okay with it. Play the greatest hits. We're not going to go see the Eagles the last time if they're playing their deep cuts. We want to hear Hotel California. We want to hear all the fun stuff.
So
I'm okay with that. I'm really shocked the first time he didn't do the 5-knuckle shuffle. Dude, the camera zoomed in so close on him. I thought he was going to do it, hit the ropes, and then boom, chop from Gunther. Like, that would have been such a chop out of nowhere. Great moment, but that never happened, which that's small. Let's fast forward to the end, because the whole match was fine. Now you saw, like, oh, Gunther's putting the stairs next to the announce table. Whoever sets up the equipment, the furniture, is the person that usually goes through them or gets used, because they're setting up the way they want it to be. That's the way it should be. So
yeah, because then you can't blame the other guy if you get hurt because it isn't set up right.
So I'm like, oh, cool. Gunther's about to get attitude adjustment through the. I wish they would have used the term "fu" at least once, but
Yeah.
they didn't. Because they started to use the STFU. Like they cut that out in the Vince there when Vince started going PG. It was the STF again. Anyway, besides the point. Fast forward to the end where he was getting choked out constantly and escaping constantly. That was genius. That was great. You nailed it, Chris. You texted me and like I'm curious to hear your thoughts, and I'm like, it was great. I actually liked this match. I liked the way it ended. I liked that he tapped out. I liked it because that just tells me there's no coming back. If he would have passed out, you leave a door open for his return. I never gave up. I never truly gave up. That was him telling the audience and himself, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm tapping out. It's it. It's over. I
Hmm.
think the smile he tried to do, because I do know, I not know, I can see that the smile was meant to be there. But I think the smile was supposed to be of, I'm at peace. This is the end. I can't beat this guy. I'm finally giving this up. This is it for me. And I'm at peace now. That's why I'm smiling. I'm happy. I've done everything there is to do. I try to wrestle this guy. I try to go out on top, but I'm clearly not good enough anymore. So he accepted that, which a lot of wrestlers don't accept. That's why they all come back.
Hmm.
I think that was a sign of, hey guys, I'm good. We're good. This is okay. I think that's what the message was trying to deliver, but it didn't. People like you or everyone says, man, that was so weak of John to tap out like that. It was. Should it have been more dramatic? Of course. I think it should have been a little bit more dramatic,
Hmm.
but I viewed it as, man, he really tried. Or he grinded for X amount of years and he's the greatest of all time and he's calling it his day. He's given up. It's fine. So I was okay with it. I was truly okay with it. I think it did. I don't see Gunther as any weaker or any. I see him stronger. Really, I do. He made the person that gave up, that doesn't give up, give up. Like he did
I
that.
I don't see him as weaker. I just don't see him really as much stronger. Very little. Like very little bump from that. And it should have been huge.
I think it was huge. I think we're gonna.
No.
We're so in the moment. We react as humans. We react as everything's in the moment. There's no longer a grace period. It's instant reactions. And I think the instant reaction, nobody really thinks about the actual impact of that tap out or what it meant or the match in general. So we stick with our first initial take and we don't really move from that take. Not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm thinking that's what a lot of people are doing. At first, yeah, I was like, that's it. I was. That was my first reaction was, what, really? Like, he didn't pass out? There was no one came out to his defense? Like, whatever. But then I'm like, this was awesome. This was a cool way for him to go out. I liked it. So I know I'm in the minority, but to me, this just closes the book and there's no return for John. And that's
Yeah.
okay with all of us. I think it
Yeah.
is.
But like I said, it felt like John Cena the person was tapping out, not John Cena the wrestler.
And that's okay.
In
That's the
the
way.
sense of like and it makes sense from like the way you just described it. Like he's just like, man, every time I get up, this guy jumps on my back, like I'm done. But we don't watch wrestling for regular people. We watch it for, the drama and the theatrics and we want to see when The Rock takes a stunner, he goes flying halfway across
No,
the ring, not a Vince McMahon style where he just drops to the mat and falls.
no, this is where I'm going to disagree, and that's okay. So, as wrestling fans, we do get stereotyped in certain ways. I tell my boss at work I'm a wrestling fan. She thinks I vote for Trump and I'm this and that. I'm a MAGA. I'm an idiot. That's just we're perceived that way, right? So I was at work and I'm working with a bunch of people that binge watch Stranger Things and shit. I don't do that stuff. I watch sports and wrestling. I don't really watch TV shows, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
all
an
they
habit,
talk about.
but we'll talk about
I'm
that
sure.
later.
I'm not gonna ever watch that piece of shit show ever. It sucked. Season 2 was a joke. I turned it off after the third episode. It was a complete joke, waste of my time. Oh! Instead of one monster, we have 1,000 now. Oh, so cool and edgy. Shut the fuck up. The first season was cool. Then you just lost it. Same thing with the boys. Same thing with they bring back Ted Lasso. And this is a good point where I'm getting to. I think I'm getting there. Wrestling isn't about the drama all the time. I was trying to tell my coworkers, peers that don't watch wrestling or understand it, the difference. Well, when you watch The Office, Michael Scott quit, left, you cried, you were invested in this character for 5 or 6 years, whatever it may be.
Mhm.
You're invested in the Michael Scott character. Wrestling gives us more than that. Not only are we invested in John Cena, the character, but also the human, because we do watch his interviews outside of wrestling. We do go to his, not us, but we do go to his meet and greets. When we see him out there, we don't go, John Cena is a different character because he is John Cena. That's his name. So I'll use Roman Reigns. When we see Steve Carell out there, we're not like, Michael Scott, no, Steve Carell. We know him as Steve Carell. When we see Undertaker, Roman Reigns out, we're not going, Mark Calloway. We're going, that's Taker. That's Roman. So their character transcends their TV show. They're more than their TV character. They're someone we grew up watching, we appreciate. You said it best yourself. We don't like Cody Rhodes, the character. We love Cody Rhodes, the person.
That's
And
who
that's
I
the
was just gonna
difference.
say.
That's the difference between wrestling, as it's a TV show, episodic. It's a weekly episodic television show, but that's the difference between us watching wrestling weekly, which I get made fun of all the time at work specifically. But what's the difference in you connecting with some girl that eats Eggos that has powers than me connecting with some wrestler who his powers is he Superman punches you and he can pin you 1, 2, 3. So there is a difference between the character and the person, and they blend together. And that's why I feel so passionate about wrestling, because I connect with them on the character level and the real life level, which we don't get that in entertainment. Really, we really don't. It's the only, I guess, source of media that happens. Like, am I wrong? I guess athletes, but honestly, Justin Jefferson, the players, you don't connect with that player because you can't do the things he does. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, but I think pro wrestling is the only
I think
source of entertainment that has that.
I think it happens at a deeper level there. I don't think it's the only one, but it maybe happens at a deeper level there.
Like, you have the Swifties, right? And like, oh, Swifty, but like you don't really know her as a you might think you do, but you really don't. We
Her,
don't know
no,
these.
because she's pretty private with her stuff, but there's with the things she wants to be private. But I feel like there's celebrities out there that you see what they're up to and what they're doing, and you feel like you know a little bit more about them, just not the majority. Whereas wrestling, it's probably the majority of the ones in the spotlight, actors and singers. It's probably just a small few that are there. That's why I said it's probably more with wrestling. It's not the only one that's like that, but it's just more like that in that industry.
It's when I see Jason Momoa, I'm not saying, oh, it's Aquaman. No, it's Jason Momoa. You get what I mean? Like, if either way, let's move on past that, because I think I agree with you and I don't want to keep on nagging at it. So with John Cena smiling, I saw John Cena the person. I saw John Cena as in not the character who doesn't give up. I see John Cena as, I'm retired now. This
Yeah,
is retirement. That's what I saw it as. And I was okay with that. When I saw Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels, do you think that was Shawn Michaels the character and Ric Flair the, I'm sure that was Shawn Michaels the person who super kicked him. I
yeah.
truly believe that. That's why that moment was so special. And I really wish John Cena's moment was special, man. It's just
I
people
get
are
what you're
ragging
saying
on it.
there. Yeah, he broke down. But it was he was having a hard time going through. I get it. That's a good comparison there. It's the same, but it just feels different. Because I don't know. I feel like Cena's always been so animated and so I don't know. I think we were just expecting more. I think a lot of people are mad that he lost. And
Maybe.
that's where a lot of the people are upset. But me, not personally. I just wish it went a little different. Or again, maybe it would have helped, like I said, if they had more time to build a story. And maybe if Gunther could have cut some promos like, I'm gonna choke you out. I don't want to pin you. I don't want to DQ. I don't want anything. I want to break your will. I want to make it to where you realize that you can't get up again. You can't escape my grasp. I am going to make you choke out and I will break your will and I will end your career. Something like that, and then watch it play out and happen. And that's why I said maybe if there was more of a promo on the front end, it would have made that ending better. And then maybe I would have been more okay with it. But just for it to be all right, you're the tournament winner. Hey, John, I'm going to beat you. Hey, I'm going to try and beat you, Gunther. Oh, okay, I'm done. I'm tap out. I'm out of here. So maybe that could have
So
made that better.
you're right and wrong in this because I'm the one preaching about matches, stories,
Yeah.
AEW booking. But in this case, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm just going to give you a different perspective of how I saw this. So we had Adrian on Saturday night from the Rainy Day Pod, and he's a huge LA Knight fan. He's like legit, like how I like Jericho. He likes LA Knight. He
Okay.
thinks LA Knight should have been in that situation. He thinks LA Knight's going to win the Rumble. Like he doesn't see the burial that's happening. Like LA Knight should have won it. And I asked him simply, if LA Knight wins this match and he goes on and he wrestles John Cena, why? Well, because he deserves it. He's over. Okay, well, why? Well, he's over. I like him. He deserves it. Okay, well, why does he deserve this match? Well, because he's over. Okay, but why? Now, Gunther, you can go, why does he need this match? Well, he doesn't need a story. Well, why does he need a story? The story's there. Well, what's the story? He's the ring general. He's the greatest. He wants to be known as one of the greatest ring generals of all time. He only cares about winning. He doesn't cheat to win. And his whole story arc from joining the WWE on the main roster is I'm better than you. I'm the champion. And I'm going to break your will. He doesn't need stories. He's again, I'm sounding like an AEW mark, but that's his character. His character is I don't care who you are. I'm a heel because I win all the time. I don't cheat. I tell the truth and I just beat you up. So that was Gunther. Like he is a tournament winner. He's a tournament style wrestler because his whole goal is to be the best. What's LA Knight's goal? What's his mission statement? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
He's just a famous, or he's just an over talent that says, yeah, and I like him. But what's his end goal? What is his mission? What is the purpose? We knew Undertaker's purpose was to destroy. We knew Kane's purpose was to destroy. We know Bronson Reed's mission is, what is LA Knight's mission? We don't know. We don't have one. We know Gunther's to be the best of all time.
Yeah.
So that's why I was okay with that.
Again, I just, for a match of this size and this importance, I wish you would have emphasized it some more, though. I get what you're saying. And if this was a regular match, then I'm okay with that. Because you're right, it is part of his character. But I don't know. It just felt like for as big of a match, they were hyping it up. If a little more was put into it on the front end, I think it could have been better. Just with a little bit better story, a little bit, cut some good promos, throw something in there like that. And I would have enjoyed it more.
Makes sense. All right, I think we've beaten that one up for a while now. If we'll probably get back into it later on in the week, or actually just notes, we're not going to be live next week or the week after. We are in the holiday season and we are taking a vacation for 2 weeks, and we'll be back after the new year. Just let everybody know. But let's get into something non-fun, which you guys might like. It was the most predictable outcome there is. A Monday Night Raw. Let me ask you this. Bobby was pissed at Survivor Series because the Masked Man didn't reveal himself. And I simply said, if it's Austin Theory and he pulls his mask off, he's in a match with 10 superstars, Hall of Famers, minus Jimmy Uso at this point. He might be one because of a tag team. So he's a Hall of Famer. And then you got Austin. I wish Bronson Reed's not. But okay, you guys get my point. Superstars, top of the card. And then you have a loser, a jobber. He's only known for finding some golden egg that Vince McMahon needed to find. And he pulls his mask off to reveal himself in front of 10 legit main event superstars. It would have fell flat. It would have fell 1,000% flat. The correct move was to keep him a mystery for a couple more weeks. It was genius. People are pissed. Oh, we got to see who the Masked Man is. Okay, if it's Austin, we want it to be Austin Theory. 1,000% crickets. It would have been crickets. Now, I say that because he did reveal himself on Monday night, which I think was a terrible call, but he did it. I didn't watch it yet. I've been busy. If you watched the beginning of the show, I've been very busy this week. I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to watch wrestling. So, did you watch this moment, and how quiet was the crowd? Because I couldn't imagine people cared. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, it wasn't some crazy, big, huge crowd pop. I think people more so got excited for the fact that they realized we were finally going to officially figure out who it was. Because he got chased out of the ring and he started
Mhm.
going up the steps. And
Yep.
that's when he turned around and that's when he pulls his hood down and gets ready to pull his mat. And people, oh no, like, what? Who is this? I'm like, we already know who this is. But so, I mean, it was okay. Let me put it this way. It had, it was like an AEW 2023 debut. Let me put it
That's what
there.
it was.
Maybe late 2022. It was not an AEW 2021 debut, but maybe like late 2022, 2023. That should tell you what you need to know. We're exciting that we were excited that we were getting something, but the payoff, like you thought, it wasn't huge.
Yeah.
It wasn't mind blowing. Which, by the way, is this the only thing he's done since finding the golden egg way back in the day?
I don't know.
Like, where has he been?
With the guy
Is he on SmackDown?
he was on Grace. He was with Grayson Waller as a loser tag team,
Oh,
and they had a feud. They were like nipping at each other, and nothing ever happened. Like it was just a waste of our time. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about Austin Theory. I know if you're here for Austin Theory talk, we'll see how it turns out. I'm not saying this is a flop or a failure. I'm not going to say that, but he's not the person I would have picked. But he's the person that was picked. We'll see how this goes. I wish they would have waited.
What do you think they're going to do with it? Is he going to join with them? Is he going to double cross them?
My prediction on Saturday night was when I did with Bobby. I'll say it again. I don't think you know about this. I think because you weren't on the show last week. I always thought there was two masked people. There was going to end up being two, and I thought one was going to be Seth, and I thought one was going to be Theory, and I thought Seth and Theory were going to take down the Vision.
Okay,
that's what I predicted. But I know that's outlandish or out of right field. But I'm thinking like, is Austin Theory going to be the Wheeler Yuta? Someone's going to start eating pins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone always eats pins in a faction. It's not going to be Bronson Reed. It's not going to be Logan Paul. It's not going to be Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
So
they need an X-Pac, and he's here now.
Yeah. Yeah, they need a Wheeler Yuta. They need one of those people, and I think that's going to be Austin Theory. Could it work? Yeah, it could definitely work. It's just going to have to be a lot of rebranding and getting the fans behind him. But with Paul Heyman, I think that could be possible. It's just so uneventful. But what is eventful? Sorry, that's all Austin Theory talk.
That's
today.
it. That's
it is
the end of Austin Theory.
Because we have the Sports Illustrated, and we will be talking about this on Saturday night as well with Bobby. So if you want to watch that content as well, we're going to do a whole different exercise. But this one tonight, I thought we would bring up with Chris Koffler because let me tell you guys, we got some winners here for Sports Illustrated. As you could probably tell, this is probably the biggest joke of the year, but we'll go through them. There's 13 categories. Sports Illustrated Wrestling Awards. There was a panel of 9 writers who carefully considered all of the best matches, stories, promos, and performances from December 16th of 2024 to December 13th of 2025. They ranked their top 5 sections for each category. The winners were determined by the total number of points with a maximum of 45 points available. Now, I don't have I'm on official Sports Illustrated website. I don't have the losers. I just have the winners. They only listed the winners. Okay. Oh, they do have the runners up. Okay, cool. They have the runners up so we can compare. First one, I'm just going to go from the website from the top to the bottom. And what I'm going to do is give you the category and you tell me what you think is, because I think you followed wrestling this year. I think you can somewhat piece this together of storyline of the year. Who won storyline of the year? What won storyline of the year? This could be a feud. This could be a match. I can tell you right now, runner-up. I'll tell you a third runner-up so you don't guess it. Just give you an idea. Because I have the runner-up and the second runner-up, I guess. In third place, Downfall of the Death Riders. I'll just put that there. That's the third best storyline of the year, according to Sports Illustrated. So you tell me what you think is the storyline of the year.
I would think they would just put something like The Vision as the storyline of the year because it's WWE and it's one of their bigger stories for the second half of the year.
Final answer?
Yeah.
We have 13 categories. We're going to take too long. Heading into 2025, Hangman Adam Page found himself still in the midst of his own madness, created by his own obsessions for vengeance on Swerve Strickland. This led to a rivalry with his former mentor, Christopher Daniels, that saw Page end his friend's career in a Texas death match. I'm not going to read the rest of the paragraph, but storyline of the year goes to Hangman Adam Page's redemption arc that 200,000 people saw a week.
Yeah. See, that's going to be tough if there's a bunch of AEW stuff since we kind of stopped following that. And we don't get our AEW minute anymore.
Oh, we got an AEW 20 minutes coming up, buddy.
Because this is all AEW.
Entering it, I'll finish it. Entering a rivalry with MJF, Hangman was able to find a desire to be the best again, not only to prove himself to be better than his rivals, but also to redeem himself for the fans. Page entered the Owen Hart Foundation tournament looking to regain the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Well, they should have said the men's AEW World Heavyweight Championship if you want to be specific, like Adam Hangman Page is. So anyways, that was held hostage by Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. He won it at Wrestle Dream last year. So that was their storyline of the year. Not Division, not Cena. Cena came in second place. Adam Hangman Page beat out Cena's retirement tour. Legit. No. Cena's retirement tour was better. Sorry, buddy.
Well, I don't know. I didn't watch AEW. I know Cena's whole retirement tour left more to be desired.
All right.
We can all thank The Rock. I bet you The Rock single-handedly got him put in second place.
Probably. Rivalry of the year. I will give you the third place winner.
Okay.
CM Punk versus Seth Rollins is third place.
Okay.
So who do you think?
Are we going to have more AEW? I mean, if it was the best story, then would it be Hangman and Swerve is the best rivalry?
For 273 days, Jon Moxley had a stranglehold on the All Elite Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
That was going to be my next guess. It's something to do with the Death Riders.
Yeah. It's Hangman and Jon Moxley.
Okay, so I had a half right.
Yeah, you're half right. So that one best. Tony Storm and Mariah May came in second. CM Punk and Seth Rollins is way. Okay, all right, cool. Now this is a fun one. The third category, heel turn of the year. I don't want to give you anyone because
it's not Cena, is it?
I'm not going to tell you. You give me an
Cena?
answer.
Let's go Cena.
In second place, it's John Cena.
Yeah.
In first place, which I kind of agree with this, but I don't. Naomi. She won heel turn of the year. It was a great heel turn. I'm not going to lie.
It was. And it probably, if she hadn't gotten hurt, it would have been even more worth it. But it was good. It was a good heel turn. I forgot about that one because we haven't seen her in so long.
Yep.
Not gotten hurt, gotten pregnant.
So I'll just read the first paragraph or the first sentence. To answer an obvious question first, why didn't John Cena's heel turn win this award? Cena himself admitted in an interview with Chris Van Vliet that his turn wasn't the original plan and it was done simply to create a shocking moment for Elimination Chamber. And it followed up with 0 appearances from The Rock. Saw rapper Travis Scott help John Cena win his record-setting 17th title at WrestleMania 41. And then it was done. So, that's why I didn't win. But heel turn isn't the same thing as heel run. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought turn-wise, it was the most shocking one this year. The turn itself, not the run.
Hey, but in 2024, they gave it to the New Day. Oh, you mean the heel turn that did nothing literally after their turn on Big E? Literally nothing? But they gave it to them last year. All right. Best on the mic.
MJF?
And he's not even a runner-up or a third place.
Dang.
So, you're in third place is Becky Lynch. I agree. She crushed it. She did. Her work now is great. Everyone's saying it. Her work now, this is the best Becky Lynch has ever been. I didn't tap out. I was waiting for help. Everything she's doing in this heel turn in this heel run is great. Second place, Adam Hangman Page. And in first place Whether it's in the ring, backstage, or on commentary, or during post-show press conferences, when timeless Tony Storm spoke during AEW programming in 2025, it was appointment viewing. And it's kind of true.
Yeah, it was.
She's definitely not the best on the mic, but definitely true.
No, it was funny though. I remember seeing all the clips on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. It was must-see TV. It
Yep.
was one of the bright spots of AEW this year.
Yeah, I'm not going to criticize it. I'll criticize Hangman Page being second. Like, where's CM Punk? Where's Braun Breaker? He's really good. Where's Seth? Where's Paul Heyman?
Paul Heyman. Yeah, I was gonna almost say Paul Heyman, but I'm like, I don't know if they would count him. I don't know if they're just counting wrestlers.
We'll see. Best overall in the ring.
I'm gonna go Hangman.
Man, I can't believe you didn't get this one right. Coming in third place, Take a Shitta. Coming in second place, Io Sky. Coming in first place, bruv. He deserves it. Well deserved. The first award I actually agree with, Will Ospreay. He is by far the best in the ring.
He is good. He is really good in the ring. That comes from me not watching AEW. I didn't even think about that. But that's not surprising, and like you said, probably very well deserved.
Yep. Breakout Wrestler of the Year. And if you're just tuning in, these are the Sports Illustrated Wrestling Awards. I'm reading straight from the Sports Illustrated SI.com. So, Breakout Wrestler of the Year. Of course, this person is going to be probably well known in houses nowadays. He's well known. He's a breakout star. You should know who this is, Chris.
I should know who this breakout star is. Give me some multiple choice here.
I'm not going to do that because it'll give away. But I'll tell you who came in third place. Javon Evans.
That's good. He looked good in his NXT match. Is it Braun Breaker? Are they considering this year his breakout year, or are they considering it more last year?
In second place, Dominic Mysterio.
Okay.
And in first place, again, viewed by 200,000 people a week, member of the Don Callis family, Kyle Fletcher.
Has he really gotten that much better?
He has. If he got out of AEW and went to WWE, he'd be a superstar.
Yeah.
He is awesome. He is
okay.
Awesome. He's great. But I don't think he's breakout star of the year.
Yeah. Who would you give it to?
I think Dom already broke out like 2 years ago, so I wouldn't give it to Dom. I'd give it to
Braun
Breaker.
Why his name didn't really cross my mind.
I would give it to Braun Breaker easily.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't Braun Breaker, probably Bronson Reed.
Okay.
Who's gotten more? Because Braun Breaker was gonna be awesome no matter what. He was bred for success. Bronson Reed wasn't. He wasn't supposed to be in this position. He really worked his ass off to get there. I think he did. Deserved.
I think he's good, but I think Braun Breaker, more of a breakout star. Whenever I think the term breakout star, I think more of Braun Breaker right now. And what
of course, doing. I know, but
I just especially with Seth gone right now, he feels like the biggest deal.
He is. This one's a little bit difficult, so I don't think you're going to get it. But comeback performer of the year.
Comeback performer of the year.
This is difficult. I'll give you the runners up because you're never going to guess the winner.
Okay.
Bandito, third place. Becky Lynch, second place.
I know who's number one. Mr. Comeback himself, Roman Reigns. He made a record number of comebacks in a year. I mean, he's got to be comeback of the year, right?
It's definitely not. It's Ilya Dragunov.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
I haven't seen him.
Because he's on SmackDown. Nobody watches.
Okay.
Nobody watches SmackDown.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, God, this is a joke. I didn't even see. I forgot about this one. All right, here we go. Oh, God, it's even bigger of a joke. Tag Team of the Year. Who, Chris, in your mind, deserves to be deemed Tag Team of the Year?
Is it going to be Young Bucks? Because I know that would drive you nuts if it was Young Bucks.
They are in second place.
Okay, somehow. I got close.
Somehow, some way. They are in second place.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow.
So who's number one? Is number one WWE?
They wish.
They wish.
I mean, they all wish. Honestly. They were all in WWE at one point.
Yeah.
FTR
is okay.
of tag team. Honestly, guys, tag teams stink. Like, I don't care about tag team wrestling, but there ain't no way. They've never been colder. FTR has never been colder.
Yeah.
Never. Nobody cares about FTR. They're if Stokely, who is managing them, if he was taken as a serious heel manager, kind of like a Paul Heyman, and not some comedy moron who dresses in tracksuits and screams,
Yep.
this tag team would be something, but they don't know how to book over there in AEW. So, tag team of the year, FTR, sure, why not? In third place was Brodito, which I actually enjoyed Brodito. You don't know who Brodito is? They're awesome.
Nope.
Bandito and Brody Lee.
Okay.
Brody Lee? Gosh, not Brody Lee. Brody King.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. Brody King. I was just watching highlights of Brody Lee in New Japan or in Japan, just a couple days ago. That's why that name came up. Match. Let me see how many more we got. We got match of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 awards left, people. 5. And these are some big ones. So let's go into match of the year. Now, I understand we've seen a lot of matches this year and it's opinion based, but they have voted for match of the year. And I know that you're not going to get it because there's so many matches. So, with that being said, if you can name if it's a woman match or a male's match, I'll give it to you. As in, I'll say yes or no. And if you say AEW or WD, I'll say yes or no. So I'll give you those. So go ahead with your first question, our first answer.
So
is it a men's or women's match in your opinion?
A women's match.
It is a women's match.
Because you haven't brought up anything about men's or women's until now. So that was clearly an indicator it was women's.
Yep.
It's going to be WWE.
Yep.
And it's going to be a triple threat.
Yep.
And it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
And it's going to be Io Sky.
Yep.
And it's going to be Bianca.
Yep. And I don't have a problem with that.
No?
I don't have a problem with that at all, actually. Second place is Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay at AEW. No, that wasn't last year. I'm sorry. Hangman Page versus Jon Moxley at AEW All In. Never saw it. Will Ospreay. Wait, was that a triple threat match? Hangman Page versus Jon Moxley. Oh, and then Hangman Page again versus Will Ospreay.
Okay. So Hangman came close twice.
Well, yeah. We'll see later on. Show or PLE or pay-per-view of the year. You'll never get this one.
Well, if it's, does that mean it's an AEW one, like some random AEW one?
AEW. Yeah.
But it's not one of their big 4 or 5 or whatever.
It's a big one. Someone debuted here. So I guess you can just guess one of their big original 4 or big original 3. No, it was Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, who cares? Second place came WB Evolution was second place, and AEW All in Texas was third place.
Okay.
So better than WrestleMania, better than all the overseas shows, better than all the. Sure. Here's the one that is the best one, and I already know you're gonna guess it right away. So why not just give it to you off the bat? Congratulations, Toni Storm and Io Sky. You did well. But you cannot compete with the women's wrestler of the year for the female side of things. She is the GOAT, so I understand why they gave it to her.
Way to go, Rhea Ripley.
2025 was the year that Monet did, in fact, change everything. In her first full calendar year as a wrestler since 2021 with no injuries or hiatuses getting in her way, Mercedes Moné reminded the world why she is known as the greatest North American women's wrestler to ever step in the squared circle. And it's true.
Let me ask you, if Rhea Ripley, what's her name? What's your favorite wrestler, your favorite female wrestler at AEW? The one that showed up like 3 times when you were watching.
Oh, Sheeta?
Yeah. If Sheeta had all these same titles, would you feel like she was the greatest?
It's not about the titles, buddy. It's about the the way she wrestles in the ring, how she can make people better, her promos, her dancing ability, everything. It's a whole
don't
package.
Don't throw in the promos. Come on,
Listen,
you just brought your argument down there by saying the promos.
Listen,
is it
this year? The artist known as Ultimo Monet held 12 separate championships and 14 belts across AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL, ROH, Rev Pro, and other independent promotions. She holds the record for both the AEW TBS and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship as the longest reigning title holder in each belt's history. Monet also won the Owen Hart's Women Tournament. I don't understand why this is a problem.
Listen, I know you said before the show that these awards were a joke. I just didn't realize it was this bad.
Tony Storm came in second and Io Sky came in third. And we finish it. Oh, we don't finish it because we have one more after this one.
So Let's go.
Yeah, 2 more to go. Then we're out of here. Male Wrestler of the Year.
It's got to be either Ospreay or Hangman, right?
Jon Moxley comes in third place.
Okay.
John Cena came in second place. Throughout the company's existence, though, Hangman Page has often been referred to as AEW's main character. His journey to his first world title opposite Kenny Omega is synonymous with the company's identity. And his extremely flammable, no pun intended, rivalry with Swerve Strickland is arguably the best over its 6-year history. Yes, it is Hangman Adam Page, which is a complete joke, but it is what it is. Cody Rhodes, screw you, buddy. Roman Reigns, don't need you.
But listen, Roman's never here, and we know that because he's always got to come back. Seth Rollins has been injured. Cody, you always say he's about as exciting as a wet blanket with his face turn here. So who is it going to be from WWE? That's how I knew that one had to be AEW. There's
Honestly,
been nobody. There's no one that felt big other than maybe Cena with his retirement tour, but I didn't really think they would give it to Cena.
Wrestler of the Year is pretty obvious to me. Seth Rollins. Yes, he got hurt. I understand that.
He was off screen too much this year.
But if it's not Seth Rollins, I can easily go Cody Rhodes. I know. I understand. He's the biggest.
Go ahead.
He's the biggest draw. He's the biggest babyface in the biggest company. He's holding the most important title in the company and in wrestling, professional wrestling. The WWE Championship is the most important. At one point, it was AEW. Don't get me wrong. At one point in 2020, 2021, AEW was the most important title. But now things change.
Yeah.
It's Cody Rhodes, and it's not even close. He headlined WrestleMania. He beat John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's done everything. To me, it's Cody Rhodes as the Wrestler of the Year. Spoiler alert. It is.
I don't know. Can we roll back the tape?
Can you name one back? How much he did?
Can we run it back?
Oh, you're going Jey Uso Wrestler of the Year?
Can you run it back and play all your old clips of Cody throughout 2025? You're like, I'm so bored. It doesn't matter. I don't care what he's doing. Can we talk about somebody else? Cody's the worst.
But boring is
boring.
Do it heel. Sometimes.
Can we give an honorable mention to Dom?
I was going to say Dom might be my runner-up for Wrestler of the Year. Like, he might be my runner-up.
Yeah.
I have to
I know he doesn't have the biggest title, but as far as wrestling in the ring and stories and promos, like, to me, he would be my favorite. If we're not knocking the fact that he doesn't have the main title, I think he's the best this year.
I wouldn't disagree with that because I was going to bring him up. He's probably my second. Like, and realistically, like, my favorite to watch. Honestly, when I watch Raw, I fast forward through a lot of filler, but I stop for Dom. I stop for Judgment Day, Liv, Roxanne, Raquel. I stop for them.
Mm-hmm.
I stop for the Usos still. I know I like Jey Uso. I stop for Gunther. I stop for the Vision. Other than that, I stop for Becky now. I used to not stop for Becky, but I do now. Other than that, I even fast forward through CM Punk sometimes. Like, I'm sick of this babyface crap. But I can see Dominic being Wrestler of the Year.
Yep.
And finally, Promotion of the Year. Who was the best promotion. Was it CMLL? Was it Rev Pro? Was it WWE? Was it TNA? By the way, I changed my breakout star of the year vote because this man, by the way, I know we're going to do our awards in January when we come back. When we take our 2-week hiatus, we're coming back with our award show. Full disclosure. So I'm just going to give this away. Say his name and he appears. He shows up. No, Chris, this isn't a joke. I'm serious. He shows up at WrestleMania against Randy Orton, gets one of the biggest pops of the entire weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up on WWE television now on Saturday Night Main Event against The Miz, and everyone knows who he is. How is he not breakout wrestler of the year? Let's be real.
Yep.
Like, let's be real. I'm just saying it. I mean, he's a wrestler too. TNA exists. No TNA. No speak of TNA here. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Not enough exposure.
Bullshit. I bet you more people saw Joe Hendry on Saturday Night Main Event than they do see Hangman Page, and that's a fact. You don't think that Saturday Night Main Event got more viewers in one night than AEW gets in a year?
No, I'm saying their program in general doesn't get enough exposure. Yeah, you just probably named all of his appearances. You could put them all on one hand.
And I bet you all of his appearances in WWE is more than all of AEW combined.
Then their whole year?
If you take WrestleMania and you take all of his other appearances on NXT and all of his appearances on Chris, let me ask you this.
I love the guy. I'm not totally mad at that. I just think that's why he's not considered. I'm not saying he shouldn't be considered. I just think that's why they didn't consider him.
No, they didn't consider him because SI spoiler is in bed with AEW and Warner Brothers. Yeah. Dead ass. Look who owns Sports Illustrated.
No.
Just look who owns Sports Illustrated. Promotion of the year, AEW. Bottom line, All Elite Wrestling produced some of the best pro wrestling programming of the entire year that nobody saw. So, congratulations, AEW. Your promotion of the year, according to Sports Illustrated. I hope this sheds some light on the bias and how absurd some of these publications are. Both sides. The only thing I will say is at least ESPN is honest with their reviews. And they will call out shows like WrestlePalooza and things that suck. They do.
That catastrophe.
They call them
probably
out.
That right there is probably they got docked enough points to drop them down to number 2 for best promotion just from WrestlePalooza. What a disaster.
The biggest disaster is having named AEW promotion of the year. It's failing. It's losing viewers left and right. They're performing in basically gyms with 300 to 400 people in them, it seems like. Their television's atrocious. There's no stories. Nothing makes sense week to week. This just tells me that the company that is owned by the company that we assume has partial ownership of AEW, they're just trying to promote their program. And that's fine. I get it. But it's an embarrassment. Anyone that will read this SI article and go watch AEW on Wednesday night are going to be massively disappointed. The shows are a joke. Everything on that show's a joke. I still watch it and laugh. I laugh at all of them because they are a joke. It's embarrassing. So, and honestly, if you also want to talk about another breakout star, if you want to go in the AEW realm and you don't bring up Mark Briscoe, fuck you. You're an embarrassment. Mark Briscoe's done more this year than he ever has in his entire career on television, and he's broken out. He beat MJF.
Really?
Yeah, he beat MJF. MJF's last match on pay-per-view, he beat him. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, they're pushing Mark. They're pushing him to the moon, and he deserves it. Yeah, he's like one of my favorite people to watch. And then you know what he does? You know what they do with him after he beats MJF? They put him back in the jobber squad with Kyle O'Reilly, and those losers. You just beat the biggest star in the company, technically. Yeah. Like, he didn't wrestle a lot this year, but you just beat the biggest star in the company.
Yep.
And then you delegate him back to the mid-card. It was an embarrassment. And I believe he's the TNT champion right now. I think he beat Kyle Fletcher in the last pay-per-view.
That's what was always so frustrating. At our tail end of us watching AEW on the regular was they go and do something, and then the next week they ignore that it even happened.
Yeah, and it's still going on.
Yep.
Still going on.
Not surprising.
But that's the show. That is the show. This is the last show of the year. So I really appreciate all of you who have been here every single week. Clutch is taking some time off. He'll be here when he can make it. Well, that was weird. All my browsers just closed. Am I back?
You're back. There's two of you now.
I don't understand what's happening. Now there's just one of me.
And now I'm gone. I'm out.
So StreamYard is clearly messing up right now. So I'm gonna end the show. I don't know where Chris is. I think he's here.
I'm here in the back. Can you see me?
I hear you, and I see.
I'm hiding down in the corner over here now.
Don't understand what's happening, but Chris is still here. I'm here, and I'm just gonna say that StreamYard is taking a vacation as well because clearly this doesn't make sense. So we're gonna end the show. Chris says he's on the stream, but he's not showing up. Thank you for being here. This is an AEW finish, brother. Like, this is how more AEW can we get? That's it. Have fun. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Be safe out there. What the fuck happened?